With the NFL's regular season right around the corner on September 4th being the season opener this year, Philly hosting Dallas, we will finally be able to get into our predictions of how my New England Patriots are going to do this year. We might have the second easiest schedule in the league, but bar none, just know that this team is about to make a turnaround. And I know we've gone 2-1 in preseason, and thank you, Joe Milton, for that last win of the last season. Now we ended up with Drake May, had a beautiful run last year, and we finally got to see what he's capable of. And now we have a competent coach. So hopefully, with the second easiest schedule in the league and a lot of changes, all for the good in my opinion, I don't really pay mind to that last loss in the preseason. It's always the Giants' curse. I don't know what or how or why. We just seem to lose to them when it seems fitting, preseason or not, whatever the case is. But this season is very interesting. We're going against the NFC South and the AFC North, as well as our own division. Clearly, you know how the seasons go. You kind of see somebody in your own conference. You see someone in another conference every 4 years. Shit happens. They might get a primetime game. Like sometimes we would see the Patriots and Colts win, Peyton and Tom, like things like that. But we're not necessarily in that bracket today. Now, I'm still very much excited for this season, and I still think we're going to have a great year. Some people think that we're going to completely turn it around. I am most likely in that ballpark. Now, I want to also point this out. There are so many seasons where a franchise even gets turned around on its head after having been completely down and out. Look at Houston. Look at even the Kansas City Chiefs. You never know what can happen and when it can happen. And now I feel like we got our Andy Reid goes to Kansas City and flips it around moment with Mike Vrabel coming home, being a Patriots Hall of Famer, should be an NFL Hall of Famer. Shit, he's a fantastic coach when he was in Tennessee. I'm sure many people did not think that he was going to be able to make Ryan Tannehill into the person and player that he became post Miami. And look at what he did. Now, to be able to do that and just still do what you could at the end and have your organization against you is what it is. But now it's a beautiful fucking moment in New England. And let's get into the season schedule that I'm going to predict, because I have some high hopes and I have a pretty confident take on this year's season. But don't get me wrong, I'm not going to just say win. Keep that in mind. So to me, the first 4 games of every regular season, it's like another preseason. It's a whole new preseason, because the preseason is more or less for people to get a spot on a roster, okay, to stay on your practice squad. It's more or less for depth. Some starters play. They're not playing all of the games most of the time. You'll see some rare occasions that might actually happen. But the first 4 games, injury, different players, new chemistry, all playing together outside of just practice or joint practice or whatever the case is, right? So I've always stayed true to that idea that the first 4 games will never tell you where this team's going to go. Unless they start 0-4 and they're completely down and out. But I've even seen 2-2 help. 1-3 is a little bit of a stretch, but 2-2 is very much still in possibility and contention for a Super Bowl, in my opinion. I've seen it happen too many times with the New England Patriots, with Tom Brady, Bill Belichick. I know, very rare air for those two, and we're comparing a lot of people to them. There's a lot more times that it hasn't happened than it has. All agree there. But it means that you're not down and out. 8-8 Giants went and beat us in the perfect season. Hell, fucking then next time too. I'm pretty sure that they were 8-8 or 9-7 or whatever the case was. Sometimes it's just about catching lightning in a bottle at the right time. So let's get into this. I know a little bit of a ramble for a prediction, but I felt like it was necessary. Now, to me, First 4 games, Raiders, we're going to whoop your ass. I'm sorry, man. Crosby or Max Crosby. I almost said Mason. Holy shit. Max Crosby, that's great. That's even better. I know Max. He's a beast, man. He's a beast. But I can't believe I just did that. Anyways, fucking kicker coming off the edge. Why am I thinking of Mason? I always think of Mason every time I think of Crosby. I don't know why. Let's get to the point. Max Crosby, absolute animal. And I do understand in that our offensive line is a little sketchy, right? In terms of, we don't know where these guys can go. We just cut Cole Strange. We know a couple of pieces like Will Campbell. He's going to be nice, man. Morgan Moses, he's going to be nice. There's a couple of pieces here that we know they're going to be really good, but we got to see it in action, right? And when you're going against a fucking Max Crosby, you're going against one of the best in the league at his position. He's getting paid like it too. Well, I guess maybe not with all these different contracts now, but he is going to test that offensive line, and I love it. But I'm not necessarily too worried outside of that. Pete Carroll, Geno Smith, Tom Brady. There's not more past those 4 names that I just mentioned. And I do think that we're going to have enough cohesiveness and chemistry to get by the fucking Raiders. All right. Now, week 2, when we're playing the Miami Dolphins, I'll be honest with you, I'm not a Dolphin fan, but even the New England Patriots of their peak had a tough time coming into the Miami Heat. And I've been to those games. I've only seen us win one time. I'm from South Florida. 1-2 for all 3 games I've seen, and that was a late drive to win the game. Every single time it's been tough to play in that heat. I live in Florida. I try to work out in a closed warehouse in the heat. I know what it's like. It's a different X factor, and you're not getting that up there. I'm sorry, but I think we're going to lose against the Dolphins. I don't like the Dolphins. I don't like them. I don't think that they're talented. I think McDaniels is a joke. Tua's a joke. Tyreek off the field. Dude on the field is one of the most special talents, but I think he's starting to lose that because of all of the antics off the fucking field. It's absolutely absurd with all the baby mamas and relationship and children. And I don't know if you saw the video, him putting his child over a balcony or something like that. Like, there's things you don't do, man. And that's one of them. And I don't know what the fuck is going on down there, but it's a complete mess. Jonnu Smith went to Pittsburgh. Jalen Ramsey went to Pittsburgh. And then now you're going to get back the guy you sent to Pittsburgh years ago, Minka. It makes no sense to me. I understand different regime, different time, different team, everything like that. But damn, man, it's a weird situation. I just think that we're going to beat ourselves coming off a high from the win to the Raiders in the opener, and then having to deal with that heat and just weird. It's going to be a bad game, I think, for us. Could be wrong, but that has us 1-1 right now. Then we're going to go, is it in Gillette? Yeah, it's at Gillette. So with that being said, let me pull this back up here. With that being said, I think we're going to lose to Pittsburgh here as well. We're going to go 1-2 in the first 3 games, then pick it up with Carolina Panthers and go 2-2. Now, the reason for the Steelers, I think by game 3, if they had some troubles 1-2, they're going to figure it out by game 3. I think they're a good enough team. They have a great coaching staff. They're a well-ran organization. I got nothing but love and respect for the Pittsburgh Steelers, but I don't think that we're there yet. I don't think we're going to be able to deal with that sort of talent this early on into the season, or who knows, maybe run into them into the playoffs and have a tough time there, or even get a win. Who knows? But this is going to be a great test for us down the road, because I think Pittsburgh is going to be one of those teams that's going to be around for the long haul this year. Then Carolina, already mentioned, we're going to beat their ass. Okay, I'm sorry. We're going to get back on track here from the Raiders game, have a couple of losses. Then I think the first loss, more environment. Second loss, talent-wise and chemistry, we're not there yet. Fourth, game, we're going to fucking come back around, get a win, tied up 2-2 going into the second quarter of the season. Well, I guess now there's another game, so it kind of messes up, doing it by fours because 16. But Patriots at the Bills, we're going to lose this game. And it's not because I think the Bills are better. I think it's still going to be something still similar to the loss to Buffalo, where we're not their chemistry and scheme and all of this wise and experience, and we're going to take that loss. But I do have us winning later on in the season against the Bills here in December at home. But let's not get ahead of ourselves here. This is when, in my opinion, we're going to start getting back on track from going 2-3 to then beating the Saints, right? If you can't beat a Spencer Rattler-led team, you need some help. They're probably going to be one of the worst teams in the fucking league. Then I like Cam Ward. I like what he's doing. I like what he stands for. And he's a very talented player and a young man. We're still going to whoop that ass in Tennessee. All right. Then Cleveland. Maybe you've figured it out by now. And Joe Flacco or Dylan Gabriel or Shadur Sanders or 40 other quarterbacks you signed and did whatever with to ruin your cap. We're going to whoop your ass. All right. You're not going to beat us. I'm sorry. But then, I mean, obviously, look, we already know Myles Garrett. Fucking beast. Man's a fucking beast. That's all they got, though. I'm sorry. Then, the Falcons, this is going to be a close game. It's going to be a close game because I think the Falcons are good enough talent-wise to, like, compete with players and get close games, but I don't think they're good enough to win. I really don't. Raheem Morris, not the biggest fan. Michael Penix Jr., not the biggest fan. London Drake, not the biggest fan. Or Drake, whatever the fuck his name is. Sorry. Just not the biggest fan of this team. Really not. They always seem just like the Cardinals and Tyler Murray. I always call him that because it's hilarious. Kyler. I just don't think you guys are that good. Like, I don't think you're that good. Like, you're a middling team, right? You're better than Tua, but you're still middling. Like, you're in this weird purgatory, right? Then the Bucks, this game is close to me because I do like the Bucks. I do like Baker. I do like Mike Evans. I love Chris Godwin, right? Then I do love how their organization is. What they did with Tom, even post Tom, to me is very impressive. They've been able to still stay afloat and figure things out. So I got to give them credit. And they seem like a very close-knit family from how things panned out with the offensive coordinator going and becoming the head coach in Jacksonville. I think this is going to be a close game. Baker's going to shoot himself in the foot. We're going to end up winning this. Then the Jets are the Jets. There's no rivalry there. They suck. We're going to whoop their ass. This game here is interesting because we beat the Bungles or Bengals early on with Gerard Mayo, but obviously that team was still going through a lot of problems with a lot of narratives, and Burrow was coming off the wrist injury and a lot of things for them, and it was still early on in the season. So 4 games in, like I said earlier, that's another preseason for the regular season. That's just how shit goes. So if that's the case with this, how much they play us well here in this game, being 1 year removed from that. And then what I'm also curious about is how well are we able to deal with the adversity now, having come from those games I mentioned with the Bills and the Steelers against a more high-profile team. This is a prove-it game for us, having gone from those teams, win, against a lower-level comp per se, right? This is a prove-it game. The Giants curse, I hope Drake May can get it over for us, man. Because, damn, that's tough. If we got them on our schedule, never good. Then we're going to whoop the Bills' ass. I think this is when we get our revenge. Lil Bro becomes Lil Bro once again. The rivalry is sparked back, but then we make it not a rivalry because we just go and whoop their ass for like 20 straight games. Then the Patriots at Baltimore. Baltimore, to me, I think the top 3 teams, Kansas City, Philly, Baltimore. Like those, maybe not in that order, but those are the 3 top teams, top organizations, everything, right? They get top to bottom, they got it, right? That's how I feel about those teams. This is one of them. If we come out with a win, beautiful. If we don't, understood. As long as it's close, competitive, and we handle the adversity perfectly before going into the playoffs, because with this record, I could see us sneaking in with a wild card, or who knows how well the Bills do this year, and maybe we sneak away with the AFC East Championship, having end on 2 wins, in my opinion. So leaving that being said, right? Raiders, Panthers, Saints, Titans, Browns, Falcons, Bucks, Jets. The prove it game, I'm gonna say we're gonna win. I'm gonna say we're gonna win it, even though historically those are really tough games to win. The prove it games, unless you are a really good team, in this position. The Giants, I'm going to give us a loss just because Giants curse. I got to factor it in, right? 10, 11, 12. So that would be a 12-win season. So what? 12-5. To me, that's not too bad. That's very much an improvement from last season. And I think everyone can be happy going into the playoffs. Let's not expect a Super Bowl this year, because if it happens, beautiful. I mean, I think we got the staff, we got the talent, maybe not full top to bottom talent, but we have our road to get to that, in my opinion, well more than we were the last couple of years. So let me know what y'all think down below of the Patriots and my predictions of the season. I'll see y'all later, and hopefully on the live too. I'll be watching games and chatting with everybody. So peace.